In 1981, Nintendo's newest game, Radar Scope, was a colossal flop, and Nintendo president Hiroshi Yamauchi called upon inexperienced staff artist Shigeru Miyamoto to design a game to save the company. Miyamoto, along with head engineer Gunpei Yokoi and 4 programmers, worked tirelessly to create over 20,000 lines of code that, when properly assembled, became one of Nintendo's best-selling games, as well as the game that saved the company, Donkey Kong. The game became an instant classic and was ported onto many home gaming consoles, specifically the Atari 2600, the Atari 7800, and the Nintendo Entertainment System. Having won the console development rights, Colecovision released a port for the Atari 2600 in December of 1982. In the following years, the NES and Atari 7800 also received their own versions of the game. An important note is that both the 7800 and NES versions of the game have 3 of the 4 original levels, while the 2600 has versions of only 2 of the levels in its port. Looking at the 3 games from a standpoint of graphics, the NES version is the clear winner. Though the Atari 7800 could hypothetically produce better graphics due to both a larger color palette and a slightly higher theoretical resolution than the NES, as well as its ability to display unlimited simultaneous sprites per scanline compared to the 8 sprites per scanline on the NES, the 7800 was difficult to program for, and as a result, the graphics can best be described as rough. The graphics in the 2600 version of Donkey Kong are exactly what one would expect for an Atari game, but not what anybody would expect for a Donkey Kong game. Jumpman looks like he's wearing red pajamas, and Donkey Kong looks like Chewchilla the Wookiee monster from Hardware Wars. The barrels look like chocolate chip cookies and the fireballs look like snakes. This is the strangest game ever. A guy in his pajamas has to dodge snakes and cookies to get his girlfriend back from a Muppet from a Star Wars parody. Plus, Chewchilla's only animation is when you climb the ladders, like he's mad that you're approaching him. It's not even fair to compare the audio. The NES version is the clear winner. Just listen to this. And then listen to this. Additionally, the NES version is the only version in which the happy music plays when you get the hammer. It's challenging to accurately gauge difficulty, but as both the 7800 and the NES versions use the same scoring system, we can assume that my high score on each is representative of the difficulty of the game. Given my top score of 4,400 on the 7800 and 62,400 on the NES, I'm going to make the assertion that the 7800 is roughly 50% more difficult than the NES version of the game. On top of that, the Nintendo version only offers 2 difficulty levels, compared to the 3 on the Atari 7800. What really matters isn't graphics or sound, but gameplay. How fun is the game? Though this is a completely subjective matter that's difficult to quantify, my favorite port of Donkey Kong is for the Atari 7800. Though it's not perfect, it's a lot of fun. The audio and visual presentation could use some work, but the slightly increased challenge and superior controls win out. From his modest beginning as a desperate effort for a fledgling company to recoup some money on a bad investment, Donkey Kong, as well as his mustachioed co-star, have become electronic emissaries whose actions and appeal transcend languages, borders, and cultural identities. That, and a game where you get to fight Chewchilla the Wookiee monster in your pajamas, is pretty cool. I'm the dork with no name, and I obsess over trivial matters.